How's everybody doing today? No beats from me today. Time to get back to work. Anyway, it's cloudy. All right, so a couple of things to look out for at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have the release of the oil inventories from the Energy Information Administration. I do not know what the forecast is there. We had 2 weeks in a row of a small build. We're still down about 22 million barrels overall from the peak, which I believe was around the end of May. Okay, when we peaked at 543 million barrels, we're down to like 520, 522, something like that, 521. So we'll see what's happening there. Remember, last week we had a build, but we had a big draw in gasoline, and that triggered the rally off the bottom. So we'll see what happens. Then, later on today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you have the announcement from the Royal Bank of New Zealand. If any of you trading Forex want to do something in the New Zealand dollar, that's going to be moving around. At that time, there's a pretty high expectation for a 25 basis point cut in their target rate. So that would obviously, all the know-nothings, they jump on that, they sell the New Zealand dollar. I do not have a level right now. I might try to look at that a little bit later. I can't at this moment, but we want to be a buyer on a rate cut after the know-nothings jump in there and sell, okay? What else? Yesterday, big drop in non-farm productivity, business productivity. Productivity is interesting. Let's talk about this. I mean, you don't like to see drops because what is productivity? When productivity rises, it means it requires less resources and labor and capital to create a greater amount of wealth, basically, a greater abundance, right? And that's a good thing. The problem with productivity, which basically has been rising for the last 30 years, if you look at a long-term graph of productivity, is that all this wealth, all this new abundance that has been created basically went to fewer and fewer people. And those involved in the creation of this abundance, that is workers, they got less and less and less. So, yeah, it's great and it's important to be able to, use as little labor and resources and capital as possible to create wealth and abundance. But, when it's all going to a few people, that's not a good thing either. And basically, the decline in productivity was because of higher unit labor costs. People are earning more money. Wages are rising. I don't think that's such a bad thing. We might see a pickup in inflation. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a pickup in inflation. And this, I guess you would call it sort of a little bit of a clawback in all that wealth and abundance that was funneled up to the top. Workers are finally getting a little bit more, but that's positive for the economy, okay? Rich people have more than enough. They spend and then everything else goes into savings. But most people who work, everything they earn, they turn right around and they use that for consumption, and that drives the economy. So I really don't look at that as a negative. Stock market didn't do much yesterday, but I don't see anything I don't see anything in the fiscal numbers. It's going to keep going up. And all those people on the fence, the neutrals, man, believe me, they're all going to jump bullish at some point, but it's going to be way, way higher. The cockroaches are in hiding. I haven't seen too many Mousey+boys, although once in a while a Mousey+boy does jump out because they're so, they're just so frustrated. And it's eating their guts out that I'm just right all the time and everything's going our way. By the way, along those lines, the other day when gold was down 22 bucks, I told everybody on MMT Trader, we're going to roll out of our August gold futures, which we had a very nice profit, but we didn't just sell out. We held on to that, but we bought the December futures down 23 bucks. I think it was at 13.43 or 13.44. We waited with the August. The next day, yesterday, gold rebounded $6. We sold out of our August, and now we're long the December, and that's up $14. So we made an extra $600 per contract, and today it's up $14. That's $1,400. So that's how you roll out of something. Most people just would have called their broker and said, okay, sell the August and buy the December. No, that's where my experience as a trader comes in to help you. We legged out of it, and we ended up making, and I told you we were going to make more money than just straight rolling the position as a spread on that day, as a switch. So that's it for now, everybody. Let's see what happens with the oil inventories. I'm always right. Sorry. MMT, the right information, the right mental game. You know, after a while, you start to see. I had a guy yesterday. I was talking to a guy yesterday who was a subscriber and a student. And he's like, Mike, you know, I've always operated with no confidence. I never had any confidence, but what you gave me was tremendous confidence. I said to him, you know, once that happens, once it really starts to click and you operate with, you know, 100% confidence when you trade, when you invest, you basically can't lose. I mean, you go into this as a business endeavor where you are the master of this business. And you start to see how for everyone else it's just basically a guessing game, and they're hoping to guess right. They're looking at some line on a chart and hoping if it breaks or moves above, that's going to be. We don't. We know exactly what's going to happen. And we go in there, we take our money, and we just keep doing that over and over and over again. It becomes very routine. And the only, you know, I guess, turbulence or stress we have to deal with every once in a while is just, you know, getting out of the way of the know-nothings of the crowd. And that's 99.9. I call them the 100%. That's the 100%. So, you know, at times we have to try to gauge their level of emotion and overreaction and irrationality. But we do that. Everything else is just mechanical. We go in, we get the money, we get out. We go in, we get the money, we get out. That's it. That's it. And we're not sitting here glued to our screen, you know, 10 screens set up and then your finger on the button. We're out doing stuff. I'm at the beach. I'm making money. All right, everybody. See ya.